In this video, I'm going to show you how to research niche trends using the Clickbank Marketplace. And specifically, I'm going to show you how to find products on Clickbank that have been selling for a long time, for years, and use that as a proxy for trends in a niche. So I'm here in the Clickbank Marketplace. I'm going to click on Advanced Search next to the search box. Okay, and then I'm going to enter a keyword in this box. When you're doing this, you want to enter a broad, generic kind of keyword for your niche. And the reason is that if you put in something too narrow, the search function is going to return results that are garbage. The search function on the Clickbank Marketplace is really crappy, so you want to go broad. So I'm going to type in piano here. Okay, so in previous examples, I was using the term digital piano to see trends in that niche. In this case, if I put in digital piano, it would be too narrow, so I'm just going to put in the generic term. You can just ignore this one, exclude words from search. This, you want to keep it broad, so all categories. Results per page, you can increase that if you want. And then go down here to under stats. For gravity, which is Clickbank's metric for how many individual or distinct affiliates have made at least one sale of product in the past 90 days. You're going to want to make the gravity at least 5. Don't make it higher than 5, as I've said, because a lot of the gurus say go with a high gravity because that shows that lots of affiliates are making sales. Well, not in my experience. I've been a Clickbank vendor for 10 years. None of my products have had higher gravity than 12. And one of those products, I sold a couple $100,000 worth of the product at an average price point of around $60. So quite a few units. And the gravity for that product was never above 12. So all that simply meant was not many affiliates were making sales. Not many distinct affiliates were making sales. But there were a handful who were making lots of sales. And Clickbank, for some reason, does not factor that into their gravity. I guess I do know there's not an easy way, I guess, of them tracking it, although there should be. Anyway, regardless, so put in a gravity of 5, something fairly low, but 5 means that it's only going to show you products that are at least making some sales, right? So that at least they're sellable products. Here you can put down, if you want, you can put an average dollar per sale of, say, $30 if you want to go on the higher side. If you leave it blank, it's going to show you products that have an average dollar per sale of even as low as $10 or $5, but that's fine. I'll just leave it blank for now. The next important thing that you want to do, the third thing, is go down here where it says vendor activation date. Click on vendor was activated and then leave before, and then bring up the little date thing here and then put in a date that is at least a few years ago, right? Because what you're going to do is when you click search, the search function is going to show you only products that were activated, however long ago, whatever you put in here. So in this case, they're going to show products that were at least a few years old. And this is what we want because this is going to show you consistent sellers. So we click on search. And we can see that there's only 2 products that came up here because I put in the keyword piano. And as you can see, even though I use a generic term, this one, Singorama, which isn't really related to piano necessarily, comes up. So we can ignore that one. So Clickbank is showing that there's only one product that has a gravity of at least 5 that contains the keyword piano that has been selling since 2015. But that's still a pretty good indicator. We've got at least one product here that's been selling for the past few years, 3.5 years. If nothing came up, that's an indicator that, at least in Clickbank's case, there's nothing that's been selling. Keep in mind that the number of products or the number of niches that are represented on the Clickbank Marketplace is very small. They basically aggregate into a few different kinds of niches, like dating, making money online, and then a bunch of health categories, so remedies and diet and fitness and things like that. But outside of those broad markets, there's not a whole lot of successful information products on Clickbank, and that's actually a huge opportunity as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial.